Welcome to the Mentor Me Favors Show with Mike and Deidre Favors, where we help leaders, entrepreneurs, and aspiring business owners unlock their potential and scale their businesses.
Welcome to the Mentor Me Favors Show with Doctors Mike and Deidre Favors, where we focus on unlocking your potential, leading with purpose, and creating lasting success. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a game-changing concept that influences everything in your life, your paradigm. Paradigms are the mental programs that control your habitual behavior. If you want to achieve more in your business, career, or personal life, you need to understand and shift your paradigms. So let's get into it. Dr. Mike.
Hey, Doc Favors. It's so good to be on with you today. And to all of our listeners, we thank you all for spending time with us. I would encourage you, all of you here or get anything that's of value to you, go ahead and follow us on the podcast and also check out and like and subscribe to our channels, and we'd be most appreciative.
Thank you, Dr. Mike.
Mhm.
So one of the things that the listeners would like to know is, what are paradigms and why do they matter?
Well, let's look at this. That's a great question. And you know as well as I know that, because you just said it, paradigms is the control. It is what we grew up with, right? It's everything in our environment, our milieu that makes up our programming. So when you really talk about paradigms and what they are mental programs that you gained throughout your life, and they control your behaviors. So when you talk about understanding the mind and how the mind works, you have a conscious mind, you have a subconscious mind, and the paradigm, which is your operating system, if you will, sits in that subconscious mind. So, for example, that is how, if someone throws a rock at you, you don't have to think about blocking it or deflecting it. It's automatic, right? It's that intuition. It's your reflex system. All of that is controlled by your paradigm. So when it comes to business, leadership, important life decisions, our paradigm is also what helps controls our behaviors, which controls our actions or give us our results. So if you want to change the way you're living, if you want to change how you're thinking, you got to change the paradigm.
Okay.
And so I think you said something else of why it matter. So
Mhm.
your results reflect what's really going on the inside. So if someone say, when I was greatly overweight, I was 300 and some pounds, you could tell that I was going through something mentally and emotionally, because at that point, I was healing. Obviously, I hurt both of my knees, but you could tell that emotionally I was going through something because I was in so much pain. We were on those steroids, and my body blew up. But when I finally came to myself and said, you know what? In order for me to get out of this, I have to switch my mindset, which means I had to change my paradigm in those 190 to 120 days. And that's why it's so important that we understand mindset. Everything begins with the mind. Doc Favors, you know that. We had that book by Carolyn Leaf about toxic thinking. You remember?
Yes, yes, I
Yeah.
do.
So when it comes to paradigms, what they are, they're programs. Why do they matter? They dictate your outcomes and your results.
Okay, so how would you identify those limiting paradigms?
Well, as I just said, when you talk about your results, here's something that Bob used to say. One of my mentors, Bob Proctor, used to say all the time, that you'll never go as far as your self-image will allow you to. And when you're talking about limiting paradigms, you got to be able to self-reflect. That's why we give exercises. When people talk about affirmations and I am statements, those are not just to pull something out of the atmosphere and without doing any work, right? Those exercises, for all of you who are listening, are geared, and this is just for the free. They are geared so that you can constantly remind yourself, because in order to change the paradigm, you have to go through a process of repetition with an elite mentor. Okay. This is why the Essential Leaders Institute was established, so that we can help you identify those limiting beliefs that you've been holding on to for years, so that we can help you get to a place of practicality, to whereas you can stop feeling stuck, and you can understand that some reasons why you're stuck are all because of those limiting beliefs. I don't have enough ABCs behind my name. I don't have this type of degree. I don't have that much experience, and no one will buy my book. No one will patronize my business. All of those are limiting beliefs, and because of those beliefs, you never write the book, you never step out on faith and launch the business, and your results are I'm stuck in a rut
Mhm.
like a pickup truck, knowing I'm destined for more.
Okay, it sounds like part of those habits are self-defeating or self-sabotage. So how would we shift those paradigms once we recognize them?
Well, so here's one of the things in our 5 day challenge that I'm sharing with the people on selling. People think selling is just a deal or something like that, or they think about a salesman, but selling is your beliefs. Selling is your ability to, selling is a mindset. It's your ability to help someone get what they already want. So when you talk about how do I change these things? How do I do stuff? One, you got to identify where you are and then identify where you want to be and then learn how to close the gap. See, I'm not a gatekeeper on information, or we're not gatekeepers on information, people, but the reality is I can give you all the information, but you need me to walk you by the hand as a mentor to show you how to implement so that we can what? Do two things. So that we can take the time, give you your time back so that you can do it in a quicker and rapid fashion, and so that you can have someone mitigate the mistakes that you make. So if I can give you your time back and help you progress and become more successful, then it makes it valuable. And I have to sell you on the belief that we have an institute and programs, processes, and exercises that can actually help you get where you really want to be. So I hope that helped. Did that answer favors?
Mhm. Yes, sir, it certainly did, Doc.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, and once we begin to recognize the paradigms in our life and we start changing them, with all the experience and the individuals that have been helped, can you give us some real life success stories?
Yeah, I could give you several. I mean, you think about the tenure, what we've been doing. We've been in leadership for going on almost 3 decades now. Between the both of us, we have almost 40, 50 years in ministry, of course. And, you know, we're over 4 states from Detroit, Michigan, Ohio, to Nashville, to Atlanta, now Jacksonville. Every place we've been impactful in our communities. Shout out to Reverend Vincent Johnson, who just wrote an awesome recommendation letter that says something similar to these words. So when it comes to success stories, we have them on our website. I'm not going to just go through. Well, I will say this one. We have a young lady that we've been working with for about 2.5, 3 years, and she came to us uh, very confident, just wasn't confident in public speaking. And from working with her, she's now doubled her income over 6 figures now. She runs several businesses, has multiple streams of income off of what we teach her. And of course, she's written a book, something that she never thought she would do. And if you go to mikefavors.com and you go to and you check out the Go Sell system that we have, how to identify where you are, it helps you bring level of awareness, and it gives you a certain ability to make life-changing decisions through commitment, and we put you to action. You'll actually see her testimony on there. You probably can connect with her as well. Some of our students, you'll see about maybe 15, I believe, we have on the online. But the results speak for themselves. You know, those of you who follow our podcast, you'll see. Those of you who want to see some of those, we do have testimonials on our YouTube channel, and so we're going to be having more of that. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, Dr. Favors, we are going to wrap it up right now. We want to remind everybody to go to mikefavors.com, check it out, read some of the testimonies, and even contact us so that we'll be able to help you as well. Do you have anything else you'd like to say, Dr. Favors?
Yeah. Well, one, thanks for tuning in to the Mentor Me Favor show. This has been something that I really wanted to put out and birth, but I had to get the format and get everything right. We tried it before, we relaunched it before, but now we are in the center of what we're supposed to do. We're mentors, and so The thing is, I'm just trying to get you to allow me to do you a favor. And if we can do that and help you in any area, like I said, business, leadership, some ministry, we help people grow. And if you want to contact us, then once again, MikeFavors.com, TM, everything you need is right there. And also, don't forget about our upcoming 5-day challenge. By the time you hear this or listen to this, we may already be into the challenge for February, but you can still get on the waiting list for March. We'll be doing these challenges every month around the second to third weekend so that we can help as many people as possible. Okay. Dr. Favors.
Thank you so much, Dr. Favors. Again, you have been listening to the Mentor Me Favors show with Dr. Mike and Deidre Favors, and we look forward to sharing with you again.